So you guys have requested a full list for a K20 swap on the car. So I'm going to go through the car and show you everything that you need to get an engine swap done on an EP2.
Pop the bonnet then.
So the first thing you need is engine mounts. I got mine from the States. They are EM2 I do believe, because they don't have EP2s in the States, but it's the same fitment. So I got EM2 engine mounts and a K20, and it just fits straight on. Another thing that you will need is an EP3 subframe. So you put that subframe on the bottom and then the Harsport engine mounts bolt onto it, and that's it to get the engine in. Another thing will be gear linkage. So you need the gear linkage from an EP3 coming from the inside. It comes underneath the car and then it connects here to the gearbox. Drive shafts, so EP3 drive shafts, it's just a full drivetrain. You can keep the suspension if you have a facelift, but you'll need to change the hubs. So EP3 wheel hubs is another big thing, because the EP3 drive shafts are a lot thicker. I think they're 36mm or 38mm, something like that, and the EP2 is 32, so it won't even work. So
the best, I would say the best way is to get like a donor car, really.
if you get a smashed EP3, the only thing you need is engine mounts and immobilizer delete. You'll also need the EP3 radiator and reservoir. Again, I am only using one fan though. So here, the EP3 has a fan on this side and a fan on this side, but with this radiator, I only need one. I never had any cooling issues or anything, so I'm only running one fan at the moment, and it's more than plenty. But the reservoir here, I had to attach it with some cable ties because it's the EP3 one, and on the EP2 you don't have any sort of mounting spots or plates or anything, so cable ties will do, that's no problem. Never had an issue after 2 years. The next thing will be interior. So with the interior you need EP3 clocks, otherwise with your EP2 it just won't work. So if you leave your EP2 clocks in, the revs will stay at like 2000 even when the car is not turned on, and the speed will be at like 40 miles an hour when the car's not turned on either. So you need EP3 clocks, EP3 shifter and the linkage to the front, and EP3 throttle cable. That's what I got as well. With the clutch, I customized my clutch because for the D16 the gearbox is on this side, so I kept the clutch braided line from the D16 and turned it around, and it fitted perfectly to the EP3, so you don't even need to get a braided clutch line or anything of the sort. The EP2 is just fine. The other issue you'll run out into is at the back here. All of these hoses to go to the heater matrix inside is to this side on the EP2, and on EP3 is on this side. So I still use the EP2 hoses, just cut them a little bit shorter and made this little loop at the back there, which sits a lot nicer and spot on. Thing you'll struggle with is the fuel line as well. I couldn't get any fuel lines because this is a lot smaller. I believe this is a 6mm going into an 8mm. So I had to get some braided fuel line, and I just fitted that in the car, and that was it. On the EP2 the battery's on this side and I put mine there. So the way I got around this is I got a sub wire and I attached the sub wire to where the terminal end is on that side, and I got the sub wire to come to this side and just connect there, and then wrapped everything in tape, and it goes to the other side through the subframe. So something cool we did when we were doing the swap. Now we go over to the back and I'll show you the other thing that needs done. Last but not least is the EP3 fuel pump, which on yours, I'm guessing you're going to have the back seats in it. You just take the back seat out and it's literally just that cover there, and just bolts right out. That simple. Take EP2 one out, put EP3 in, you plug it in, and that's it. All the wires and cables, everything's the same. It's just a bigger pump. With the ECU, you're going to need a K-tune engine harness or K-swap engine harness, which means that you get to keep all of your interior loom basically, and then you plug your interior loom into that harness and then into the ECU from the EP3. That way all you need is the EP3 engine harness, which goes inside, and then that goes into the loom and into the engine.
It's really easy swap though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And another thing will be like anti-roll bars at the front.
Yep.
You need EP3 anti-roll bar because of the exhaust. At the back you can get EP3 anti-roll bar, but EP2 is fine. I've got JDM EP3 because it's thicker, but you'll be fine with your EP2. Again, it's just the easiest swap in the world. It's not like it's a massive list. If you can get a donor car, it'll make your life so much easier. I didn't. I just bought the engine for 1200 and then bought the parts after that. That's why this engine swap cost me over 4 grand. That's why it was really expensive. But if you can manage to get a donor EP3 for £1,000, that's it. You got everything you need. You just need to buy engine mounts, which is £500, ECU another 400. So roughly you can do it, you know, 2,400, 500. Just don't get a garage to do it because they'll charge you 4 grand labour. That's why I decided to buy an engine hoist myself and spend a couple of Sundays with your mates doing an engine swap.
Outside.
Outside. In September.
Yep.
When it's fucking freezing. Rob and myself did the engine swap in a day, so it's not like it's hard at all.
What about tools wise? What would we need then? Obviously an engine hoist.
Engine hoist,
Which
yeah,
is
you
obvious.
obviously need that. But if you have a gun, it's easier, but you can do anything with spanners or
We didn't have a
ratchets.
gun, did we?
Yeah, we did. We used like a snap-on gun, but that was
Yeah.
that was it. If you wanted to upgrade the front brakes, the EP3 brakes will fit straight onto a facelift EP2. If you're getting the hubs, you can use your EP2 brakes and calipers, which will still fit, or you can upgrade to the EP3. But everything fits on that hub. It's just a matter of whether you want like small discs or 300mm discs.
And what extras did you get to make that engine a little better?
Well, with this, I got Skunk 2 air intake. I got a K100 Honda K100 ECU, so I could get the immobilizer delete. So it will just be plug and play, and the key would start straight away. Obviously, you need a full exhaust system from an EP3, so I got a Buddy Club Prospect 3 and a Tegura header, which is a 421 decap. Typhoon air intake. Apart from that, engine's pretty much standard. It's just been remapped and it's making 240 horsepower.
What about flywheel and clutch?
Yeah,
That's one thing you should, oh, I wouldn't say you should, but it's a lot easier to do if you already have the engine out.
yeah, and that's what I did. When the engine was out of the car, I actually got a lightweight flywheel and a stage 2 clutch. So I've got that on the car as well, so that's a lot better. I forgot about that.
There you go then. Action!
So that's it.
Oh.
Fucking VTEC power.
What's
Like
that?
having a list and being like, you need this, this and this, and then this, this and this. This is more of a freestyle.
Waka maka fall. Bye K20.
Now the next part is to strip you down.
Yes, off you go.
See you later.
You had good fun with us. Yes,
It's time for a F20C,
yes.
for whoever knows what that is.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna miss it.